because we are a rock band, we want to do something slightly outside.
Because how special is that, 20 years of therapy?
Well, I was going to mention this on stage this evening at the Milk Veg. What is more bizarre, and I'd forgotten about this. Whenever I just decided to form this band with Fife, the original drummer, I'd already booked a holiday in the Netherlands, and I'd booked to come over here for like 4 days into Amsterdam. And I was really into, same as I'm really into all kinds of music, but I was really into a thing called New Beat, which was actually Belgian, not Dutch, but it was and I quite liked some of the music just because it was very dark, and I've always been a sucker for anything which is dark and atmospheric. And in the Milk Veg that night, they had a New Beat night, and I convinced a friend that I was with who wasn't into this kind of stuff at all to come along to this New Beat night. So I heard a record by the Erotic Dissidents, which I hadn't heard before, and I asked the DJ, I said, what is this? So the next day I went around some shops, and I managed to find in a Dutch record shop the Best of New Beat, Volume 1. So I took it back, and me and Fife had just got the band together, and I said, have you heard this New Beat? And I played him some stuff, and I played him this one Erotic Dissidents track. And he went, that's brilliant. You know, because Fife liked Minor Threat and Fugazi and No Means No, and he didn't really like dance music at all. You know, he kind of just liked hardcore music. So he got this kind of beat going, and that became Meet Abstract, which was our very first ever single. So here we are 20 years later, and we're playing Meet Abstract in the set tonight, and that set was actually conceived. I mean, that was the first thing we ever released. It was the first song of ours ever played on the radio, and that was influenced 20 years ago by coming to the Milk Veg to a New Beat night.
Yeah.
So it's a full circle, really.
Because people sometimes mention that your music sometimes compared to the grunge, but basically it's a completely different direction with the New Beat thing.
Well, we are a rock band. We've always, you know, we use guitars, bass, and drums. You know, we don't use synthesizers. We use very little samplers. We don't really use anything like that. But as regards for beats and riffs, we've always, you know, from the very first record, Meet Abstract, which was like a New Beat drum beat, as I've mentioned, right through to the last record we did. There's a track on that called Exiles, which was inspired by a dubstep tune by Cult of the 13th Hour, and the track is about 140 beats per minute, and it's got the snare on, you know, every third beat. And we've always, I mean, it's still, you listen to it and it's really, really heavy. There's a big guitar riff and the vocals are screamed and everything. But it's a different way of looking at things. I think because we are a rock band, we want to do something slightly outside. You know, if you switch on a TV or radio and you listen to rock and punk bands, a lot of them can sound the same because they give people what they want. And we think what's always made therapy stand out is that we've got a slightly different approach to what's popular at the time. It hasn't always worked for us, but that's the way we like it.